Howdy everyone, I hope you're looking forward to another episode of Regen Rovers. If you're not, you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video, to be fair. In today's episode we're going to be playing one match. As I said previously, shorter episodes to start the season, longer episodes at the end of the season. That's the way things are going to work. We're taking on 13th place Wolves in the Premier League today. As you can see, we're in the Champions League places. We're in 4th place, 19 points from 9 games, so it's still very early days. The two defeats are kind of expected defeats against Spurs and Arsenal. But if we're realistic about getting into the top 4, we're going to have to beat some of the big boys at some point. And to be fair, we have. We already have done that this season. So since you last left me, we've played plenty of games. We drew 2-2 in the last episode, remember. Since then, some big wins. We've been knocked out the League Cup, but that was a very exciting game. We've also managed to win our first European game of the season 4-0, and we have beaten Man City. But first of all, a 4-0 away thrashing over Everton. It really was quite a remarkable result away from home. You can see we created 3 clear-cut chances and 3 half chances. Very, very creative. Navarrete opened the scoring with a thunderbolt of a shot from just inside the box. Anthony then managed to score. All our strikers were just fabulous today, I must say. Let's have a look at Anthony's goal, our French striker, who's had a decent start to life in a Regen Rovers shirt. Clark was involved. He was the man of the match, in fact. He got the assist for this one. Anthony fired that past the keeper. Safet Kalechi, our Turkish striker, came off the bench to score a third for us. It really was a remarkable result. By the way, Isidoro Rodriguez at the back has been really good. He's actually got the 3rd highest average rating in the league since coming into the team. That was Safet's first goal for the club, I think. He did the chicken celebration. It was, tap it. And Aloisi got the 4th from a Chisakovic curling free corner. Andrea Aloisi, of course, is our player on loan from Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund. 20 years old. He's had an alright start to life in a Regen Rovers shirt as well. The next game was insane. 4-4 draw against West Brom in the Premier League. And not in the Premier League, in the League Cup. I'm all over the place. So Dortmund, Premier League, no, it's the League Cup. We crashed out the League Cup at the earliest stage possible. But that's probably a blessing in disguise. Chisakovic, Christian, Bruno Agüero with his first goal for the club. Let's have a look at the goals. Why not? I'm not showing 2 matches today. Let's have a look at the goals from the previous games. It was an insane match, and unfortunately we lost on penalties in the end. It wasn't to be, but we came from behind here. What a strike from Chisakovic, by the way. That was solid, wasn't it? They went 2-0 up, then 3-1 up, then we actually turned it round to 4-3, and unfortunately they equalised. This is Christian's goal. He's a bit unhappy at the moment. He wants more first team football. He wants to play ahead of Luke Clark, but that's a bit tricky because Luke Clark is great. He really is. He's a brilliant right winger for us. He's productive, gets assists, gets goals. Oh, Bruno Agüero's goal was brilliant. I think this is the goal of the game and possibly a goal of the season contender. It's a beautiful strike. First goal for Regen Rovers. And Lens also scored. Now Lens, he's got a couple goals, but I don't know. He's not picking up the average ratings I hoped for. Chisakovic, if anything, is maybe slightly better. But nice finish from him from a Christian cross. But yeah, it wasn't to be in the end. We lost on penalties. But back to winning ways in the Premier League. Rios, our goal-scoring centre-back, scored against his old club. His initial header was saved, but he slammed in the rebound. And Van den Broek scored a brilliant goal, but it was all about Navarrete. What a run this is. What a run from... I mean, there wasn't really any competition. There was no one closing him down. But I don't know if I really showed the whole... Where did he pick the ball up? Let's have a look at that again, shall we? Just here. Let's have a look to see what he did. Because he went from here, literally just outside the box. And he just kept going. And he was injured. I had to bring him off after this. But he just burst past that play. There was literally no defending. Yes, I know. But it's still a great goal. Great counter-attack goal. Pleasing to see. And then a 4-0 win against Molde in the Europa League. I put out a completely second-string team. Let's skip ahead to the first goal, which was scored by Kalechi. Mark Ball crossed it in. And then, once again, it's a calamitous defensive error that gives Safet Kalechi the goal. But it was nice to see my second string perform so well. 29 shots, 2 clear-cut chances, 1 half chance, more possession. Dominant performance from us at the Luton Town Stadium. A lovely finish from Mark Ball for his 2nd goal of the season. He's still scoring. Christian then made it 3. Maybe Christian does deserve to play a few more games because he's played well in the couple of performances so far this season, and this was a nice finish across the keeper. And Mark Gale managed to score from a corner. Lenz, great corner, brilliant header from Mark Gale. We're really good from corners, and that was the in-swinger. I was worried that Tarasenko used to take the outswingers, and making Lenz do an in-swing I didn't think would be quite as effective, but it's working. What a win this was against Man City. This really was huge. Isidora Rodriguez was fantastic. Christian actually played. Did he come off the bench? I can't remember. But he was heavily involved in the goal. It was a beautiful ball from him, and then Navarrete finished. So maybe Christian does deserve to play. I think Luke Clark and Christian both playing very well on the right-hand side. Then to round things off before we start today's match, 7-0 thrashing in the Hampshire Senior Cup. I won't show the goals. Maybe I'll show the Perry Miles goal because that was nice. But Gary Whittingham, remember last year he made his debut at the age of 15 in the Premier League and he scored, but he was ruled offside. He got 4 goals in this game. It's against incredibly weak opposition, but he is possibly one for the future. We'll see. He's got 4 goals in the under-23s this season, but 4 goals in one game. They were all tap-ins, and he should have had a 5th because he missed a penalty. But I think technically he might be our top goal scorer this season because I think these other strikers have got 3, or joint top. We'll have a look in a second. This was Perry Miles' goal. I think this is probably the pick of the bunch, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was a lovely volley after a blocked shot from Tasakovic. Great finish from Perry Miles. Still getting the odd goal here and there. Serenity actually scored and got sent off in this game, by the way. So let's just have a quick look at the top goal scorer. So he's joint top with Navarrete. Gary Whittingham's obviously in the under-23s. He's got 4 in one game. Navarrete's got 4 in 8. Anthony's got 3. And then the other goals have been shared around quite nicely this season. Well, shall we get on with this Wolves game then? So it's pretty much the strongest lineup I can put out, apart from Matt Smith, who needs a rest. He's played every game this season. He's also been capped by England. That's something I haven't talked about. Let's have a quick look at the England team. I think my decision to sign him for a lot of money has been vindicated because he's got into the England team. He's got 3 caps and he's already scored as well for England. That is fabulous. There's a few other players that have been capped recently as well. I think Navarrete got his first cap for his country. Yeah, he wasn't capped in the most recent international break, but he was capped in the previous one. And also Van den Broek has got his first 2 caps for Belgium. That is really good. Those are all very good international teams. So we've got some fantastic players in our squad now. But unfortunately Matt Smith can't play today. Mark Ball's just recovering from an injury as well. Van den Broek's a bit tired because of the international break, but I'm playing him anyway. Now you'll remember Zeus, won't you? He scored a couple goals against us previously. He is a world-class player. 17 goals in 24 games for Spain. He's just slightly above Navarrete's level, I suppose, who's actually a year older than Zeus, but has far fewer international caps, of course. Belgian international on the right-hand side. Just some all-round fantastic players. They really do. Their captain, Treadwell, English international as well. Alongside him is their best performing player this season, who's also an English international. He's 32 now, but he's got plenty of caps for England. It's going to be tough this game. They've had a little bit of a disappointing start to the season, but overall, really quality player. I think I'll close down all these players. Let's go for it. I'm going to go with the away tactic, actually. We're going to sit slightly deep because Zeus is just so dangerous. Let's go then. We're playing in sort of the opposite colours to Wolves. It's a bit of a kit clash. I know we've got different colour tops and shorts, like they've been, it's the opposite, but a little bit confusing, don't you think? Just a little bit. Is this a chance for Wolves early on? Oh, it's off the post. I thought that was heading wide, but somehow he hit the post. Boring game so far. Let's get creative. Well, this is a bizarrely boring game. You don't want to see this, do you? You want to see goals. We've scored goals in recent games and suddenly 0-0. Typical. We owe Wolves. Let's go for that. And Van den Broek is very tired and on a yellow. I'm going to bring on Agra. Let's do it. He's not really a box-to-box midfielder. I mean, he plays the same role as Tarasenko, doesn't he? Going to play him there anyway. Aloisi is unfortunately injured as well, so he wasn't on the bench. He's more of a box-to-box player, I think. Agra's like Tarasenko's backup, and Aloisi is Van den Broek's backup. And of course, we've still got Nyanja. He's kind of the forgotten man in midfield, but he's versatile. He can play. He played at centre back against Fleet in the Hampshire Senior Cup. This is a ridiculously boring game. We've got a highlight just as I was about to make a sub. Kuz chucks it into the box. It's headed away, and that's headed as far as Kuz again. Here's Lenz. Lenz into Anthony. Has the shot. Decent effort. Flashes it over the bar. Time to make. I'm going to bring on to Sakovic for Lenz. I had a feeling he might be a little bit of a flop, and at 31 it was a hell of a lot of money and a big risk. But I splashed the cash in the summer, and I wanted another left winger. Never mind. You never know, he might come good. It's still early days in English football for him. This is a strange game, isn't it? I'm going to throw on Safet Kalechi up front for Anthony. Those two are still fighting for that place. Kalechi's had 2 goals gifted to him on a plate. Anthony's played well overall, I think. Here's Canadian Rodriguez into Luke Clark. Crosses it to the back post. Just Sakovic, the substitute. Somehow, that went wide. Was he offside? What happened? Goal line technology comes into play. I don't really know what happened there. We've really kept Zeus quiet, haven't we? He's on a 6.4. The Wolves have done nothing. If anything, we deserve to win this. We've got more possession. Can we win it at the death? From a corner. Tarasenko. No. I'll take a draw, but on paper, looking at statistics, perhaps we should have won that. And their centre-back got man of the match, so he obviously played well defensively. Once again, Luke Clark, 7.6. Great performance from him. I'm going to show another game. I know I said I'd only do one, but that was a boring game. We're not doing Ask the Manager today. We'll play a second match instead, and then an Ask the Manager in the next episode. We'll play Hapoel Tel Aviv. You want to see some goals. Hopefully we can score some against them. Here we go then. A few changes to the lineup, as you can see. Macaulay Simpson, our second choice goalkeeper, playing today. Adrian Smith's picked up a little bit of a knock for just 1 to 2 days. And Okoro's injured, so on the bench is Tony Howell, a 17-year-old goalkeeper. Hopefully we don't have to use him. Ray Henriquez, Mark Gale, Loader and Matt Smith back from his rest. Christian, who's been great this season. Aloisi, Agra and Tasakovic is the midfield, with Safet Kalechi and club captain Mark Ball back from injury up front. The Hapoel Tel Aviv team are basically just greyed out unknown players. They've got a couple real players, but he looks awful. We should be absolutely murdering this team. So the greyed out players will be quite good because it's probably based on reputation. So basically they're just really versatile, like 11 and 12 and everything. So they might not be too bad for that reason, just because they're kind of good all-round players. The worst players, if anything, are the real sort of regens that they have. Anyway, let's go for that. We're playing at home, so yeah, we'll go with the home tactic. Let's go! You want to see some goals. 0-0 boring draw against Wolves. We played well, but we couldn't quite get a winner. A decent result, I think. A decent point away from home. I'll take it because that Wolves team are good. Corner early on. Matt Smith plays it to Agra. Interesting. We've not done that before. Agra to Christian. Oh, decent effort. Oh no, an injury. Aloisi. Well, I'm going to throw on Serenity. Let's give him some game time. He's on the bench today. Let's bring him on. Free kick, which Ray Henriquez will take. Decent effort, just wide of the post. I'm going attacking. Come on, let's get some goals. Get creative. Another free kick. Ray Henriquez into the box this time, headed away, and that's cleared. But up comes Serenity into Christian, back to Mark Gale, into Agra. Lovely ball out wide to Tasakovic. Crosses it in, headed away as far as Matt Smith. Oh, here's Christian. Tasakovic surely 1-0. There we go. Christian with the assist, third goal of the season for Tasakovic. Those two wingers, I suppose they've been playing the weaker games, but they have done well. And maybe they deserve to be our first choice. I don't think so, because Luke Clark's been good as well. We've just got 2 great right wingers, and Tasakovic has played well when he's been required. Maybe should be ahead of Lenz. We want goals. We want goals. Here's Matt Smith. They've had 0 shots in this game. Bruno Agra contemplates life and finally decides to pick out a pass. Good ball to Christian. Oh, look at him go. Oh, he's not won a penalty. That looked like a penalty, but it's not. Ray Henriquez to Christian again. He's good. Safet Kalechi out wide to Ray Henriquez. Crosses it in over the bar. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Let's go again. Throw Navarrete on for Safet Kalechi. It was just... This is a little bit disappointing. Half an hour to go. It's still only 1-0. Can we get a second here? Gale! Navarrete! His first touch since coming off the bench. Makes it 2-0. Lovely corner routine. This time Matt Smith just decided to drive it to the back post. Gale with a fabulous header. Beating 2 players in the air. And Navarrete just had to poke home. Safet Kalechi's annoyed now because he'd have been in that position, wouldn't he? If he'd been on the pitches. Navarrete into Serenity. There he goes. Nice ball that way to Christian. Decent cross as far as to Sakovic. Blocked away, and now maybe Tel Aviv have actually had a shot, by the way. Maybe they're going to get a goal back here. Oh, it's battered over the bar. We've been completely dominant, but we've not really capitalised on our dominance. I want to see more goals, but 2's fine. It's better than the last match, I suppose. Perhaps we were just being kind to them. 30 shots in this game, but only 2 clear-cut chances created. They must have been playing quite a fairly defensive style of play to just be solid and make us have long shots or something. Rey Henriquez, man of the match, with an 8.1. That's alright. 7 points in the Europa League. A draw and a win today for you. Next episode will probably be the last match of the Europa League group. Get so much money in the Europa League, it's great. Have a look at our finances. It's gone down because we spent so much money in the summer, of course. And of course we've got the stadium coming up soon. It's not far away really, is it? It's October. On the 22nd of June it will be finished apparently. So we end today's episode in 4th place in the Premier League. 20 points, not bad at all. Next up, Bournemouth, which is... I was originally going to show the Bournemouth game, but I just didn't get through quite a few enough... I didn't quite get through enough games. That's what I'm trying to say. Liverpool will be tough. Hapoel Tel Aviv again. Man United top of the table. We've got some very tough Premier League games coming up, haven't we? West Ham, Southampton, Molde, Aston Villa. So yeah, I'll probably show the last Europa League match, which is against Molde. And... hopefully, well, we should be through to the knockout stages of that competition. It's going very well. We're unbeaten for quite a few games, and it was really a draw against West Brom in the League Cup, so we haven't lost properly since the Spurs match, I suppose. Now, thank you for watching today's episode. Not the most exciting games, but I've only got a certain amount of control, haven't I? I can't... It's not like FIFA, you know. It's Football Manager, you know. Yeah. But we'll end it there. Until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.